Hey Aries, welcome back to lovefromaleo. This October, your focus is going to be on communicating and expanding how your mind works. You're probably going to have lots of new ideas, lots of thoughts, maybe some new curiosities, but it's going to be up to you how you carry these thoughts out. So in your past, so last month and maybe a little bit before that, depending on your energy, we have the Fool's card. The Fool's card is your tarot card. The focus was on you last month during September. I also feel like this card is a signifier of new things happening, a new journey, maybe a new pathway for you. So let's see what the cards have to say about this Fool card. Why is it showing up? Okay, Seven of Cups in reverse. So maybe you made a decision because you had lots of possibilities, you had lots of doors open to you, and you made a decision that maybe you felt like was not your best move, or maybe you felt like someone coerced you into making a decision that you felt like you didn't truly commit to yourself. What pathway did you take in the past month? Queen of Wands in reverse. You were trying to boss up. I think you were trying to become more of a leader in your own life. But I think this actually resulted in you embarrassing yourself, or maybe just having an attitude issue, or developing some weird form of disattachment from other people because of your attitude. Does that make sense? It brought out this fire side of you that is unpleasant. So a lot of fire signs, one of our things that we have to work on is making sure we don't burn people, or making sure we're not too aggressive, or making sure that we're not so determined that we turn people off because we want people to gravitate towards us. Naturally, being fire signs, we do attract people, we do attract a lot of attention, but sometimes if you are a fire sign who is unbalanced, you tend to burn people because your fire is just out of control. You know what I mean? So it was one of those situations. Let's see if there's any people, other signs that are popping up. Who was involved in the situation with you, Aries, during this past month? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And my cards just flew. 1 second. Alrighty, so we got Sagittarius here. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. And then we also have Aries. So this is definitely a situation stemming from an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or a Sagittarius, or both of you together in this situation. Dealing with these two energies, what were you guys trying to do? What was the actual goal? What was the end point to all of this? A happy ending. Ten of Cups. So, I mean, that has multiple meanings behind it. Use your imagination. So maybe you and the Sagittarius were supposed to hit it off and things were supposed to end very joyful. But for a lot of you, I think you just wanted things to be happy and pleasant and peaceful at the end. But for some reason, I feel like that's not how it turned out. How did the situation turn out for the Sagittarius and Aries combination? Tower card in reverse. Okay, so this was a very, very crazy moment. I think things happened that you had no idea were going to happen. I think there was twists and turns, and it was a roller coaster. I think this was very, very crazy energy. This was brought on from the other party, so the Sagittarius or the other Aries. And I just feel like this was crazy. Behind that, we do have the Five of Swords. So this could have been an argument that exploded into something else, something way bigger than you guys could have contained. And this also could have just been a situation where you guys had to be like, look, we lost this, we just got to take our L, or I won this and you lost this, whatever. Behind that, we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So I definitely think that you guys were being very cold. You guys were using your words to hurt each other, or maybe not talking at all, giving the other person the cold shoulder. So look, that's a lot of situations, but what caused this? What caused this tower moment? What happened that caused you guys to start being really mean towards each other and spiteful? So there could be a fire sign that caused the situation, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. I do think this is leaning more towards the Sagittarius because I do attribute the King of Wands to the Sagittarius zodiac sign. I think this person did something, or they were just themselves, and you felt like it wasn't fair, or you felt like they lied, or they weren't being justified in their movements, and you guys had a falling out, and so that's just what it is. So what is the advice for you in the Sagittarius or this Aries, or what should you do as an Aries? What should Aries do in this situation? Nine of Pentacles. You have to appreciate the good things that came from this situation. Don't focus on all the negative things that happened. Don't focus on all the bad things that you could possibly conjure up mentally about what happened. Just focus on all the good that came from all of the hard work. What did you learn from this situation? Try to find the positive attributes of the situation. So moving on into your present energy. We do have the Five of Cups in reverse. This means that you're not pitying yourself anymore. You're not looking at things in a woe is me type of energy. You're not feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do next, whatever. I think that was all in the past. You're now in this mode where you're like, okay, shit happened. What are we going to do to fix it? What is your goal? What do you want to do as an Aries? What's your goal for right now? Ace of Swords. So for a lot of you, you're looking to start something new. Something you've been inspired by. You were wanting to start something new with this idea. For others, I think that you are wanting to just live a more honest life. I think you want to live a life where you don't have to be confined to what is supposed to be or confined to what is status quo. You want to do what you want to do. You want to live in your honesty. You want to live in your truth. And I think that's the best way to live, you know? This is the Temperance card. So it seems like you're trying to nurture this idea of finding the balance between your inner peace mentally and also emotionally. And I think you as a fire sign, it's a toss-up. You can be an emotional fire sign or you can be a very logical, practical fire sign. It really just depends on who you are and your placements and things. If you want to know more about your placement as an Aries and who you truly are besides your sun sign, email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com and we can get a natal chart reading going for you. But like I was saying, the Temperance card is really about balancing and finding where you need to feed more into, what you need to put more energy into, and also what you need to take away from, what you need to disattach from, disengage from. But let's see, what are you trying to balance? What are you truly trying to balance during this October? But I do feel like this is going to carry on into your future as well. What are you really trying to balance out here? The Empress card in reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like a lot of you are feeling like you aren't catering to yourself because you work so hard or because you have things in such a structured routine. You aren't committing or you aren't contributing to yourself. You know, you're letting yourself fall behind in the cracks. And I think that's what you're trying to fix. You're like, okay, well, how can I get stuff done and also focus on me? Or how can I cater to myself, but also get everything done that I need to in the same fashion? And so then when you start thinking things like this, we do have the Judgment card that comes up. So then it makes you say, okay, well, what do I need to get rid of? Because if I'm trying to work on myself, that means that something has to go so that I have room, so that I have space, so that I have the capacity to actually focus on myself. So I can have literally just the time so that I can focus on myself, you know? So what do you have to let go of? What is it that Aries needs to let go of? Eight of Cups. So you need to let go of whatever you felt like is a once in a lifetime thing. I think there was something in your past or maybe currently that you felt like you had to capture because you don't know when this is going to happen again. You feel like it was a once in a lifetime moment. And for a lot of you, this could have been a person. What you have to understand is everything that you could ever want, everything that you could possibly need is within yourself. Life is pretty much just about finding out that truth, but also it's about how you find out that truth. You put someone on a high pedestal or too high. And now you have to realize whatever you thought was the end all be all, whatever you thought was the bee's knees, it doesn't even matter that much. And so once you get to that point, then you can really start to focus on you because you're like, I'm living this life for me. I'm experiencing life as a spirit. I am in this world, but I am not of it, you know? You can keep that in mindset. You'll probably have a little bit more grip on reality, but also how reality doesn't mean everything. Does that make sense? So again, with that Temperance, that's the balance that you're looking for. The reality, but also the impossible. The things that you feel like are impossible, they're usually possible. It's just the way, it's just a mindset. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like having that balance of being a spiritual person, but also wanting to watch reality TV. You still are a spirit that is supposed to experience this world. So I do think it's very important to have a balance. You still need to be a part of the world. You cannot just be in exile. You know what I'm trying to say? If you get what I'm trying to say, leave a thumbs up. Who is the person? What sign, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, is this person that you thought was the bee's knees that you may need to leave in the past? Who is this person? I don't know why I just said it like that, y'all. Yeah, we got Cancer. So Cancer, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Maybe someone that you need to leave behind. So we're going to move on to the future. So there's 3 different cards that came out for your future. So when I see 3 different cards, I think 3 different scenarios. And being that you guys are all Aries, you still may have different pathways because you are more than just Aries. So for the first group of Aries, we have the Ace of Wands. So in your November, the following month, I see new action coming into play. I see new plans starting. I see new things evolving, new things starting to come to surface, to fruition. And I think this is something that you're going to be very proud of. It's something that you've been wanting to do, and you're very passionate about it. New beginnings. It's very Aries-like energy. So it could be very tied into creativity as well. For group 2 of Aries, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I think some Aries are going to be experiencing financial stability, independence, feeling worthy of yourself because you have your shit together, financially stable. And for the third and final group, I think some Aries are going to be focused on the negative things. You know, there's always those people who just can't find the positive just because of they can't find it. Let's dig in a little bit deeper. So for group A, what are you going to be starting? Okay, so we have the Lovers card in reverse and the Eight of Swords in reverse. So what I'm seeing right off the bat, I think you're going to be exiting a relationship because you felt isolated within that. And I also think once you leave this relationship, you're still going to have this weird feeling of being blind because you don't really remember what it's like to be single. So this is going to be a huge turn of events for you, Aries. And I think you're going to be finding out and re-identifying who you are without a spouse around you. That's what I'm feeling. For those of you who are in group B, who are being financially stable and feeling independence, what is contributing to that? How are you able to get to that situation? 2 of Cups. So you're able to get to this status of financial stability because you are not worried about love. You're not worried about your relationship, or you're not in a relationship. So yeah, it looks like in November, a lot of Aries are going to be splitting. No matter what you're going to be experiencing, a lot of Aries are going to be experiencing separation from spouses. And for that last and final group, what is it that this group is going to be focused on? Knight of Swords in reverse. So I think you're going to be thinking of maybe all of the things that you said that you regret in that moment when you guys are breaking up. Because I think all Aries are going to be experiencing a breakup of some sort or a disengagement from something that they cared about. With that being said, I do think the third group number 3, I think you guys are going to be really thinking and replaying those sentences, those words, the tones, the way that you said things. You're going to be like replaying it in your head. That can be very dangerous, so be very careful of that. Who are you guys splitting up from in November? What signs, if any? Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? What signs are Aries leaving in the past? Some of you are going to be splitting from Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. And some of you are going to be leaving a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus behind. All right? So we see that in all of these situations, you're definitely going to be splitting from someone or something. For all Aries, what do you need to focus on once you split or disengage from whoever you're disengaging from? 4 of Wands. So 4 of Wands is about accepting that things have ended, but realizing that there's so many new things that are going to be coming your way because you ended something. So basically it's like saying this door has closed so that this door could open, and this door has so many different opportunities, and you're going to be exploring yourself, Aries. So at the end of the day, remember that. That has been it for this October reading. I'm super excited to see what's going on for you guys, you know, next month, and even seeing how you guys unfold during this month. Stay strong, Aries, okay? Do not let these things get to you. If you need to come back to reference what I was saying in this video, make sure you do that so you don't get caught up in all the energies that are happening during this time. Please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I upload for your sign and also other content that I have available. You can check out all the other playlists on my channel to see or catch up on things that you've missed. And last but not least, if you would like a personal reading from me, you can email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com, and we can definitely get something set up for you. Keep in mind, these readings are not free, so please do not come at me expecting me to give you a free reading. These are free readings, these general readings, but I have to make a living. So if you would like for me to get super in-depth with your sign and your chart and things coming your way, go ahead and email me like I said. That is all for this reading, Aries. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, Aries.